Klay Thompson was recently asked about his future with the Golden State Warriors as the three-time NBA champion is set to defend his title as the Warriors look to be one of the first teams in modern day history to win back-to-back NBA championships, last done by the Los Angeles Lakers in 2002-2003. He said, look, I think it would be stupid to not want to be here. It's hard to walk away from something. You were here when it started, and yeah, you just want to stay on the train as long as you can. All right, this is yours truly, Mr. TALIAFERRO'S. How's everybody doing out there? Listen, quick comments on this story. Look, we've seen a lot of guys say, this is what I want to do. All right, some guys you believe, some guys you don't. As a matter of fact, if you really go back a couple years ago, Kyrie Irving, in the NBA Finals, after the Cavs had got past Boston, Kyrie Irving in the NBA Finals, his last with Cleveland, he was like, yo, I'm happy to be here. I love being here in Cleveland. And then like 2-3 months later, he wanted to get traded after they lost to the Warriors in the finals. So things change. Guys say things just to keep the media off their back and to keep media circus at an all-time low. People do that all the time. I don't believe that with Klay Thompson. I actually genuinely believe he wants to be a Warrior for his entire career. He's just that type of chill guy. Now, if he does decide to leave the Golden State Warriors, I do believe LA will be the #1 destination for him. His dad's a commentator, a broadcaster there. He's a former Laker himself. His dad has always been vocal about wanting his son to be a Los Angeles Laker. If he decides to make a move, I think the Lakers will be atop his list. I just don't see Klay Thompson wanting to move. He says, I want to be a Laker, or excuse me, I want to be a Warrior for the rest of my career, or at least until this train is done. He's going to want to sign long-term. Here's the problem with Klay Thompson in his future. Though he might want to sign on long-term, the Warriors are going to have a couple of decisions to make this summer, okay? Now, DeMarcus Cousins, he has yet to play a game as a Golden State Warrior. We don't expect him to play until probably around All-Star game, maybe top of 2019. Who knows, right? What if he's like a difference maker and he gels well? You think the Warriors would consider getting rid of this backcourt in regards to splitting it up and trading or letting Klay walk and keeping DeMarcus Cousins long time if him and Draymond Green gel well? I'm just throwing something out there. What if Kevin Durant wants to sign a long-term deal? What if Kevin Durant says, yo, I'm much more comfortable playing with Draymond Green? You know, the Warriors can't pay everybody max money. You're already getting Steph max money. Obviously, Kevin Durant's going to command max money if he wants. He's been taking a little bit of a pay cut the last couple of years with the Warriors. You know, it's kind of one of those things where you look at it and you think, if you're the Warriors, who do you want? Like, between Draymond and Klay, who does more? I would argue Draymond does more for that basketball team. Like, when Klay's hot, I think a hot Klay is more hot or more dangerous than a hot Steph Curry. But if we want to compare like game to game, Steph's much more valuable to that team, and I believe Draymond's probably a tad bit more valuable than Klay Thompson. Klay has had bad stretches in the playoffs. During pivotal stretches, he's had bad ones. Like, he's went cold plenty of times, right? But we just kind of, because he's like the third or fourth wheel on that team, and he's a very chill dude, we don't talk about it enough. I would pick Draymond over Klay. Now, Draymond's not a free agent this summer. He's a free agent the summer of 2020. But again, at some point, the Warriors have to start thinking long-term. They're paying so many guys. Iguodala's still making a decent amount of change. You know, and I just believe if I had to put this lineup together, I'm keeping Kevin Durant no matter what. If KD wants to be a Warrior, I'm keeping Steph, KD, and then I think I might pick Draymond over Klay. There is a soft cap in the NBA. The reason why I bring that up is because, let's be honest, if the Warriors wanted to pay the luxury tax over and over again to keep that team together, they could. But just a heads up, if they keep that team together in the next couple years, their luxury tax bill, if everybody takes close to max money, would be close to $500 million. Now, the Warriors are set to move into a new arena after this season. They're making a lot of money. They're winning championships. But to pay a tax of $500 million, $500 million, I don't think that owner, and that owner's a very gracious dude, I don't think he'll be willing to pay that. So, yes, Klay might want to sign on, and yes, he's saying all the right things, and I actually believe he wants to stay a Warrior for the rest of his career. I don't know if money will prohibit that. So, we will see. If that does become the case where they're not going to be able to keep Klay long term, now you see the Lakers open up and maybe just make. I believe LeBron's getting Klay or KD to come to Los Angeles. I just don't know which one of the two guys it is. That's what I believe. And shoot, it makes for an exciting offseason. Heck, it makes for an exciting season. I'm going to be watching the Warriors a little bit differently this season. Like when Klay and Steph get into it on the sideline, which we rarely see, I might be like, okay, all right, Steph. You tell him the wrong thing, or Draymond, you get in Klay's face, you start complaining when they go on like a 3-game losing streak, which they rarely do, by the way. But if it happens this year, I'm going to be like, okay, he can leave you, you know. So we'll see. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, support. I don't take it for granted. Do you believe Klay Thompson will be a Warrior long term? What do you think the Warriors are going to do? They're running out of money, guys. I mean, gosh, they're winning championships. Likely going to win their third back-to-back. But, I mean, at some point, money has to become a thing. And you can't just print money. That's what the Warriors need at this point. What y'all think? Talk to me in the comment box below. I'm out.